reality. Sick of homophobes, come quick, a bunch of swag hags hating on my freedom, pulling up on your TV. Socials, big movies, proud to be me. Come get this history. I'm pulling up, Peaches pulling up. Features, big movies, proud to be me. Come get this history. I'm pulling up, Peaches pulling up, Peaches pulling up. Features, big.
The topic is Diddy Did It, Not Us.
Do you believe hip hop got a gay mafia?
Yes. Do I believe there's people behind the scenes that are homosexuals that are pushing buttons? Yes. Yes. And that they want you to be down with their in order to push the button for you? Absolutely. And this is part of it. You just saw one of the gay mafia members. That's who he is. That's who Puffy is. He's one of the members of the mob. He's a mafia member. But he might not be Don Carl. He's not the Godfather. You see? He's not.
That shit goes, y'all. That's how that shit goes. Puffy is a weirdo. Been telling y'all he's a weirdo. But now that it's out, everybody else can benefit from the stories.
Let me ask you, is this still doubtable at this point that Diddy is, you know?
Hi.
What's up, everybody?
We are back after, what is it, a year?
I think it's been longer than a year.
2 years?
Ooh. PG&T Radio, yes. Been
All
a
right.
long time. They miss you. I'm glad you brought it back.
So welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Peach Radio Show. Of course, I am Peach, and this is my lovely co-host. What is your name, lovely?
My name is Smack. What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
Now, the Peach Radio Show, I'm returning because you guys in YouTube, what is it, the YouTube streets, the Instagram streets, the TikTok streets.
All them streets.
All them streets, y'all done pulled me back. And we got to debunk.
And the Smack streets.
Oh, and in the Smack streets. And we got to come back because of Diddy. Diddy Gate. Diddy Gate is causing a lot of drama, man.
Yeah, Diddy did it, not us.
Diddy did it, not us. So,
definitely.
The topic for tonight is Diddy did it, not us.
Not us.
Not us, meaning the LGBTQ plus community, the rainbow community, whatever you would like to call it. We're going to try to help you navigate and strip away the thought that his sexuality is the reason for his deviancy. That's what we're here to do tonight. But first, I want to kindly ask you to share this live. If you're interested in what I have on and you like what you saw in my lovely preview, please visit my app. There's a QR code at the top. Just scan it and go and get it out of both Apple and Android stores.
Exactly.
It's the
Go and
Peach,
get it.
Yeah, the Peach ENT app.
Yeah.
Inside that app, you'll have exclusive content. You'll have access to my blog, which is called Call Me Peach. If you're interested in knowing more about myself and the spiritual piece that is Peach. And it's the boutique is on there and personal shopping. It's just essentially the home of everything Peach.
Yes.
So, we got the wrong title down there. We didn't put Diddy in there.
Oh.
Yeah. See, look, we back and we already doing crazy stuff.
Well, while she getting that all done, y'all, how y'all doing today? You know what I mean? How are you guys doing? telephone number while she's getting the topic adjusted. Um, you can call in to us at 302-312-3534. Call in to us. You know what I'm saying? If you got questions or you want to give your opinion right now, the Diddy situation, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Puff, whatever y'all call that man. Y'all know that is a trending topic right now. So the name of the show is Diddy Did It, Not Us.
Not us.
Not us, meaning the LGBTQIA community. We ain't do it. Diddy did it.
That's why he did it.
You know, and you know, like, are we getting into this topic right now?
I want to dial it back and let's give our, before we start going into, let's give our personal opinions about what you feel about this whole Diddy gate, because people seem to think, I'm gonna just say homophobes. Homophobes are using this situation as a platform to spew hate and
Yeah, I
spread
know.
hate.
Definitely.
So as an LGBT person, a rainbow person, what do you think about the Diddy situation? How does it make you feel?
Well, one, I'm comfortable in knowing who I am, and I live in my truth. You know what I'm saying? Diddy, in this situation, I think that for him, he's not living in his truth. I kind of feel like a couple of different things. I feel like he's a bisexual man. That's how I look at it. But I also think that he's a what do they call them, predators?
A predator? You think he's a predator?
I think he's a predator because that man is very powerful, or was very powerful in the music industry. And sometimes when you have people like that, they do strange things. I think he used that to get people in, to get what he wanted, but to also help them elevate as well. You feel what I'm saying? Like take them to a certain level of height. That's just how I feel. But I feel like he's just not living in his truth. Had he been an openly, and said he was a bisexual man, I don't think half the things that they're getting, but what he's getting for is for the things that aren't socially accepted. You feel me? The types of things that he has been accused of doing. And those types of things are not socially normal or socially accepted. I've listened to a lot of things about Diddy in this case and different things that are going on. People who claim, they got the take or the evidence or whatever, but I'm gonna keep it real. When I first learned of Puffy back in the day, my gaydar went up. And I'm just keeping it real, I've been in he went to Howard University. That's the
Yes,
college he went
Howard.
to. And my gaydar always was up. I'm not gonna say like I've been in same places where Diddy was, but in the earlier years, whenever, I saw him on television or videos or whatever, you know what I'm saying? my gaydar just went up. I felt as though he had some female traits with him. Some feminine traits with him. And so my gaydar went up, and I never have really been a fan. But as you go through the course of, everything, you see that, Diddy does control a lot. And when you have a lot of people following you, a lot of people following you and want to be around you, you can persuade them to do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But the part that's getting me is learning about the tunnels under his house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the kind of things that went down there. So I'm hoping that this case, it brings out those things. So what? A freak off. People go to. I'm gonna let you go ahead and we can get further into the discussion. I'll save some of what I'm saying.
Okay. So how do I personally feel about P. Diddy? I think Diddy, number one, I think he is where he needs to be as an LGBTQ plus person, despite what the general public may feel. I feel like he's where he needs to be. I feel like he's guilty, but I also feel like the public is judging him based on his sexuality, which isn't the case.
Right.
I think just like you, that he should have came onto the scene, into the industry, the entertainment industry, I'm sorry, as actually just himself.
Right.
But then when he did the interviews and got a little bit more personal, then maybe he could have, if he felt comfortable enough, disclosing that he was
Bisexual
a
man.
bisexual or a rainbow man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel about him. I also feel when it comes to all these allegations swarming around on these YouTube streets, some of that is consensual.
Right.
I think some of those men trying to get a career in the industry was with it, and they themselves possibly may be a bisexual or some type of rainbow male. So that is my thoughts about it. You taking everything off. It is on. I can hear you. So that's how I feel about Diddy. That's my personal opinion. But let's get into the topic. And while we're sharing our opinions, please feel free to type in the comment section, whether it's now and you're viewing or later, and let us know how you feel. You can actually call in. The number is 302-312-3534. As usual, the Peach Radio Show is an open platform. We respect everyone's opinion, but I have to let you know, because I am an advocate. If it's too offensive, I will come for you on this live. But in a positive, informational way. Let's put it that way. That sounds right. Positive, informational way. Okay, so let's get into Diddy.
Hold on a minute. For those of you who are tuning in to us on YouTube, can I get you to please hit the like button? Please hit the like button, and can you also hit the subscribe? And that's on Plug Studio Network under the Peach Radio Show.
PGNT.
Yes, we
And all
need
the
y'all to
things.
go ahead and hit the like button, please. And go ahead and share, please.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into the Diddy conversation. Diddy, do you have his what he's being indicted? I saw that he was indicted, his
His
actual
charges?
charges.
Okay.
Because I feel like on the internet we don't know what his actual charges here are. All I hear is freak offs. I hear baby oil, his kids fighting freaking Ray J, about him possibly getting plugged in the freaking institution. I'm hearing all of that, but I'm not actually hearing his actual charges. What is Diddy's charges?
Let me see if it comes up here. Continue.
All right, I got it. I think I have it.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
So he has a 3-count indictment. Diddy is accused of running an enterprise to fulfill his sexual desires. That just sounds so.
Well, what that is basically, they had, that is an enterprise.
Okay, so count 1 is Diddy racketeering conspiracy.
It's called what?
Racketeering.
Racketeering
Meaning
conspiracy.
Charges involving threats and coercion to fulfill his sexual desires. All
Yeah,
right?
that did happen. That even happened with Cassie because he liked to watch other men do her.
But that's not coercion. Count 2, Diddy sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. I'm assuming that's and it says the second count for federal indictment details a trafficking incident with victim 1 whom they allege Diddy knowingly recruited, enticed, and transported for commercial sexual acts. So he flew in sex workers. He flew in different women. If you lived on the other side of the country, you wanted to come in for a Diddy party, he flew you in. And then
And had them working.
count 3 is Diddy transportation to engage in prostitution, in which we all know prostitution is illegal. So I get that. And it says he's knowingly transported a victim across state lines with the intent to engage them in prostitution. So those are his charges.
It seemed like to me like people came to him. It's sort of like what you see in the movies, I guess. You know, you had to
That
you had,
blink twice.
you know, you got like judges or people who maybe they call Diddy, or high end pastors, or I'm just saying, I'm not saying this is what happened. I'm just saying just like what you see on the movies when people went to was it Hugh Hefner?
Hugh Hefner.
Used to have the Playboy Mansion, which did he buy that?
I think he bought his house or
I think
something.
he bought his house or something. And that's
No,
what
he lived a couple blocks away
He
from
lived
the
a couple blocks away, but them tunnels connect right to that house. But anyway, that's when you get to have all your little sexual desires. You make one phone call and get it all, and that is a form of prostitution. Someone calling you, paying you for a sexual service. But in that sexual service, you never know what someone's fetish is that they like. You know what I'm saying? And I heard her comparing it to Epstein as well.
Okay, so let's keep it at this Epstein piece, right? For me, do you notice the headlines for Epstein and on the YouTube streets in public? What the headlines is for Epstein and the headlines for Diddy. No one is saying Epstein, the heterosexual Epstein, raped these famous women. But every time you hear Diddy and his allegations or is brought up in the YouTube streets, on social media in general, it's always about Diddy being a fun boy. Excuse me, y'all. I hate using that word. A fun boy, or the other F-bomb, or the gay man.
Yeah, the
undercover.
part with the gay piece, man. People in society have to stop that. That's not what we do in our community. I'm just saying.
Yeah, let's break it down.
We don't do that. What Diddy did was what Diddy did. We didn't do it.
Okay.
Diddy did
No, let's break it down. All right.
Yeah.
So what is said on the YouTube streets? Let's start with the baby oil, right?
Right.
And I'm sure everyone that loves YouTube, listening to commentary podcasts, you've heard it, the baby oil. And every time you hear it, they associate the baby oil with anal sex. And it's associated with the rainbow community.
But
Now,
baby oil isn't something that's not a thing like you want to use for lubricant.
people do use it.
People
But
use
it's not
it,
a
but
crime.
it's not a crime, right? It's not a crime, but I would tell you right now, baby oil is not something you want to use as a lubricant.
Okay.
And we're gonna leave it there, and that's a different show.
Yeah, but let's look at it relative to our community, right?
Mm-hmm.
To help people understand. Because homophobes believe that baby oil now, because Diddy is crucial to be in the rainbow community. You got bottles of baby oil. Now, you and I have been together for 5+ years.
Ain't nobody be oil.
Do we have baby oil anywhere?
No.
Do we even use baby oil?
No, we don't use baby oil.
It,
And that's why I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, We don't use none of that. I mean, you got the gel kind in the wintertime. We may use that to stay moisture longer, the cocoa butter one.
For your skin.
For your skin, you know what I'm saying? But just regular baby oil, nah, we not about that life.
We're not about that life.
We don't have no baby oil up in here.
And him having the baby oil, and according to the news and again the social media streets, he had GHB in it.
What's GHB?
It's a horse tranquilizer he had inside the baby oil.
Inside the baby
so
oil?
when you rub it on yourself, it's supposed to make you want to get more intimate. So again, what does that
have to do with it
being
right.
LGBTQ?
We don't use no chemicals that's made for animals. That's unusual behavior.
That's the deviancy.
Right. That's
it
unusual.
It has nothing to do with being a part of the family.
Yeah,
it has nothing.
That's a deviant. That's a deviant behavior.
That's a deviant behavior.
That's like when you got people there that look like they 21 and they 14. The stuff with the other entertainers that were younger at the time. They weren't even teenagers or even adults. And then you're having certain things done to them to get them into the industry. Now that's deviant behavior, weird stuff, illegal stuff like rape.
That's rape.
Right. And if you're taking the baby oil that's got the GHB, you said?
I think it's GHB, but it's a horse.
It's a horse tranquilizer, and they're putting it on their body. That kind of numbs them out, and they don't feel certain things. You know, that's what a horse tranquilizer does. Is it rubbing it on your body? It's going to make you, feel a little woozy, like you feel no pain, and that your body is just a little loose. And when I say loose, I mean just real relaxed. So my thing with that is that's a crime. That is deviant behavior. That's not something that people in our coalition do. In our community, we don't do stuff like that. We're not rubbing stuff on our bodies to make us relaxed and
unless we are
deviant. Unless we're deviant.
But
I ain't deviant.
Yeah, but our just general community,
yeah,
we just trying to live, love, and function like you.
Yeah.
The second thing that puts him on trial and allegedly in the social media streets that makes him gay is the sex parties, which
everybody has sex parties.
Not everybody.
Not everybody. I'm just saying sex parties is not new.
It's not a gay thing.
And it's not a gay thing.
It's a
it's where
like
people,
it says a freak thing, a person that has a personal fetish and enjoys having, consensual sex with multiple adults.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you, like, law-abiding citizens, people who are here to protect and serve, they have parties. You know what I mean? Where they invite, a group of girls over. And,
think about the 70s, peace and love, free love. Were
like,
they all LGBT?
But it's because of the culture. It's because of the culture and where we're at right now and how the culture is. We just had this Epstein thing that happened, you know what I'm saying? That situation happened. Then you got this situation with Diddy, which they're trying to compare it to that. It's how it's perceived. But to really... I need to see the evidence because I believe that you're not guilty until proven, you're innocent until proven guilty. That's what I truly believe in. What about you?
Well, yeah, in the court, but when you're talking about public judgment, that's just something different. It's about persuading the community to view you in a certain way, even if the courts don't convict you of the crime. And right now, even if Diddy gets off, and this is what's concerning to me and why I'm discussing this, if he gets off, he's going to be known as the gay deviant, and i.e. that's going to trickle down to us in our everyday and how people judge us and treat us.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm not Diddy. Diddy did what he did, not me. You know what I'm saying? So don't treat me in that manner. But I feel like I need to see the evidence.
But it doesn't matter if you see
So
the
now
evidence.
to have a freak off is illegal.
Having a freak off is not illegal.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But the way it's framed,
you have
it's
people.
illegal.
You have people. What are they called? They have them. They have one in D.C. And there were people like to have more than one partner. Well, not even a partner.
Swingers parties.
Swingers party. What's the difference?
Nothing. It's just the difference is, again, you gotta separate the deviancy piece.
So
And
that means
from-
that there's something that he did, an act that he did that was illegal. So it had to be rape or doing something to a child.
Okay. But we're not here to judge his allegations because we're
Right.
not the court of law. We're here to persuade, or not even persuade, to help people understand that his sexuality has nothing to
Nothing.
do with his actions.
With his actions.
Having a freak off, there's not a problem with having the freak off. People have freak off. In Pennsylvania and Philly, there's actually a freak off house where you can actually go to this club, pay your admission, and freak off. You can do whatever you want to do at this space. You can do whatever you want. The issue with Diddy, because he had to freak off and he slept with men, is the judgment part. Never mind him having the GHB inside of the baby oil, which is not gay. That's deviancy.
Right. Right. That
We're
is.
here to help people to get that there are straight people like Harvey Weinstein. He's a deviant, but he's not judged as or thought of as a heterosexual deviant.
Right.
And it's ugly. So just to give an example, right? Right now, the world, homophobes is using this as a platform to feel a way against us, to persuade people. Once you put a thought in people's head and associate the LGBT community with being a deviant, then you can get people to vote against things that's for the LGBTQ community. You could get people to not hire people because they are part of the community. You could get people to discriminate against LGBT people in general because they're framing it in a way where it's a terrible thing.
You know what's crazy is that I think, it's a lot of people hollering at gay and saying negative things about gay people, but some of the brands that they wear every day and some of the things that they like are invented or created by our community.
Yeah, it is. Things are created by us, but when it comes to this, and I agree with you, I just want to narrow it back to Diddy
Yeah.
and why we are here. It's important, and for a lot of the people that made that are watching now and will watch later, I know it doesn't seem serious that people are associating his sexuality with his deviant behavior right now, but it becomes important, just like I told you at the polls.
Right.
It becomes important in social spaces. I'll give you an example. I'm a nurse by day. I have walked into conversations where the parents are talking about the Diddy situation, and the first thing that comes out their mouth is, I don't want a LGBT person or I'm going to use a terrible word, a faggot or a dyke around my child.
What?
Yes, this is how it goes because celebrities are your role models.
Right. Okay. I see what
Especially
you're
when
saying.
you're African American. We don't have many, so celebrities become our role models and our representation. And someone like Diddy that was in the game for so many years, since
Yeah.
the 80s and 90s,
Mhm.
and everybody
And
looked up to
2000s.
him and respected him, for it to come out that he's having freak off parties and he's drugging people
Mm-hmm.
and he's having sex with men, people are looking, especially African American men. If you looked at the beginning, all of they are harping on is the sleeping with the men piece.
Mm.
That automatically makes his work invalid, and it makes him, a representative for our community, and therefore, because he raped children, because he drugged people, because he beat Cassie, all of those traces associated with him being gay, which is not.
It's not.
And they're going around on the internet and they're spewing this. I don't think people understand the power of
The tongue.
YouTube, Patreon,
Oh, yeah.
Instagram.
Oh,
They
the
don't
whole
understand.
underground.
These
It's-
things are shaping ideas. They're shaping and molding ideas, especially the young. People that don't have the ability to discern or understand and make decent decisions. They're just going along with the rhetoric, whatever's there.
Right.
And so, that is why I'm back. I'm back, and I hope my following catches back up because
Right.
we
They will.
discuss these things.
Right.
I have often
So you
called
think-
myself the myth buster. Let's bust,
Yeah, let's bust
these
these
myths
myths open and educate people. Definitely. I mean, wow, what you had just said, about, people saying they don't want their kids around no FAGG and the rest, and just because of what Diddy did, you hear him talking about the Diddy, so now everybody associating his behavior to being gay, and it's not gay. Y'all need to really educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's not gay at all. If you got a comment or you want to come in and ask a question or give your opinion, make sure you call 302-312-3534. It's right at the bottom of the screen.
All right, so we had our discussion. I want to get into my definition screen that I have. The definition screen. So, I put up the definition of what it is to be gay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's simple. Gay is used to describe persons, because we know we use it sometimes collectively as
Right.
us, the community as a whole,
Mhm.
but it's specifically in our we understand that it's
Right.
specifically men. It's men who are romantically or sexually attracted to persons of the same sex, right?
Right.
So
So he's not gay.
so Diddy, Diddy, number one, Diddy, he's attracted to men,
But he's also attracted
but
to
he's
women.
also attracted to women.
Yeah.
So there is another term for that, and it's not up here, and it's called. He could be two things, right?
Mhm.
Two things. If we're just going based off of his sexuality, he could be two things. He could be a bisexual man, or he could be a hetero-flexible person. If you have ever watched my show, I have had shows discussing what a bisexual person was, and I had shows describing what a hetero-flexible person.
Right. Go back
And
and
I'll
check 'em
give
out.
you a brief definition. A bisexual person is attracted to both cis men and cis women. Bisexual people, that's what they're attracted to. A heteroflexible person is a person that only likes to engage in sex with a rainbow person, but they're not romantically attracted to them. They don't want them in their everyday life. They don't want to commit to them. It's just more or less like a wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and then let me go on my way.
Right.
because I don't want nothing else to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And no sense in fashion or the word, but I'm gonna just go out on a limb, and from my judgment, I think Diddy is bisexual. I think Diddy enjoys the company of either or. Just in his essence, in his true essence, I think he's bisexual or fluid. Because
Right.
remember, sexuality
Mm-hmm.
it changes over time for some people. It actually changes.
Right.
Now let's share some other definitions here
Okay.
to help people
Understand.
because I
educate
don't
themselves.
think they get it. They
I don't
don't
think they get it either.
get it. Okay. So let's talk about rape and a rapist, because we said that Diddy had these freak off parties,
Mm-hmm.
and at the freak off parties, he used GHB, or the horse tranquilizer. If I'm not saying the term, forgive me, but I'm just gonna say horse tranquilizer to relax people
Right.
and to get them engaged in sexual activities.
Right.
Now, that sounds to me like a form of
Control.
medical rape.
Medical rape.
Yeah, because you're using a med to get people
Substance.
comfortable, like a substance
Substance.
rape. Yeah, like a
Substance,
form of
yeah.
instead of
Using substances to
right.
cause the rape. Okay.
Because some people believe in order to be raped, you gotta be beat up.
yeah, you don't have
like
to.
on TV, a person kick in your door, they beat you down, they rip your pants off.
Mhm.
Rape doesn't necessarily have to
Happen
go
that
like
way.
that.
Rape can just be by putting something in that
Right.
liquor.
Put something in
and
the
that's
liquor,
making everybody,
the baby oil.
yeah,
Yeah.
making them feel a way that they don't know, they don't remember or know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And then you're taking advantage
yeah,
of them
right.
sexually without
You taking them out of
them
their
truly knowing what's going on in their right mind.
so you're disarming the person.
yeah.
Whether you're hitting them or you giving them something to ingest, you're
Right.
disarming the person.
Yeah.
And they're committing acts that they wouldn't necessarily
Mm.
commit if they weren't under the influence. So the rapist definition is an individual who commits rape. And what is rape? Rape is a type of sexual assault involving sexual intercourse or other forms of sexual penetration carried out against a person without their consent. And we all know if I am high, I am mentally incapacitated, or meaning high, passed out, or I can't do anything to defend myself,
Right.
you're raping me.
Mm-hmm. And no means no.
Yep, no means no. So now that we got the definition of gay up there, and then we got the definition of rape in there,
Mm-hmm.
what should Diddy headlines look like? When we're on social media
like rapists
and we're talking
instead of
about
gay.
Diddy, should we be talking about we knew he was gay? He's a fun boy.
It should be talking
What is the
about
proper
what was
term?
in the proper term is rapist.
He's a rapist.
He's a rapist. A lot of people think like rape means like someone's older and someone's younger. It doesn't like
yeah, no.
some people I'd be like, yo, man, that don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it sounds to me with you putting up these definitions that he's a rapist
He's a
because he took
rapist.
advantage of people to for his own sexual gain.
Yes, he's a rapist. Now, if someone consents to having sex with him, i.e. a male, does that make him a rapist?
It only makes him a rapist if he gave them something that they didn't and he didn't advise them.
Okay, but what if I ingested liquor, but I'm not all the way out of my mind, and I decide to have sexual intercourse with you as a male? That doesn't make me a rapist. That makes us two men having sex.
Yeah, two
And
men
you,
having sex.
Yes, And whatever my sexuality is, I might be, like I said, a hetero flexible, I might be a gay man, I might be bisexual, I might be fluid, and you might be whatever it is you are. But whatever it is,
All them words she said,
we
y'all.
yeah, we are comfortable with being together,
Right.
and that is not a crime.
Yeah.
That's
so,
not a crime.
So I don't even know. You know, you saw some stuff going around with Stevie J.
Yeah, and that is not a crime.
That is not a
Yeah,
crime.
if Stevie J and him have sex,
That's not a crime.
that is not a crime.
And Meek Mill.
And Meek Mill, that isn't. If they
I don't
want to
even know if
dress
that
up
one
alike,
is true.
well, you know what? If you listen again in the social media streets, and we have all these people coming out of their entourages, like their ex bodyguards or someone that was in their crew, and or an attendee of these freak offs.
Wow.
They're
Okay.
all coming out and they're having these discussions, like Gene Deal, all these different people
Right.
having these discussions, talking about what they saw. And people are taking these clips and using it in the Diddy, I guess, again, this is trial by social trial, what we're doing. We're framing a thought so that, we can look at Diddy in a specific way.
Right.
Everybody's coming out. Everyone's saying their different opinions,
Mhm.
whatever. But
But my
he's having
thing-
sex, but he's not. I mean,
Why
having
is
sex
nothing
not
in
a
his
problem.
name?
Oh, see, that's a whole nother story.
I'm thinking if you're so innocent, I just don't understand why he don't have nothing in his name.
Well, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But if
Yeah,
we
I know,
gotta
but I'm
talk
thinking
about it,
because. Okay, go ahead.
I
You right.
think a lot of celebrities, if I'm going to, because I'm a celebrity, right?
Mhm.
And I know that I have tons of money.
Oh, so people won't be trying to
I
sue
want
you
to
all the
protect
time.
myself
Got you. Protect your. Got you. All right.
for
that makes
whatever the
sense.
reason is.
All right, that makes sense. All
So,
right.
all right, so we got that down with the gay. Now I'm going to pull up another definition because again, I'm big on them, and I think people need to do some logical thinking when we go to have these podcasts and we talk about, especially sexuality for me, because again, I'm an advocate for the LGBTQ.
Right.
Let's use the proper terminology, and let's stop making people look. Let's stop framing it where LGBT people are just these heinous, terrible, again, rapists
Mm-hmm.
and pedophiles. So let's talk about the definition of pedophile. We have talked about pedophiles before in the Peach Radio Show, right?
Right.
So the definition of a pedophile, a person who is sexually attracted to children.
Yeah.
Now tell me, Diddy had children, allegedly, children at these parties.
Mm-hmm.
In the headlines, when we go to talk about Diddy and the children at the parties,
Mm-hmm.
what does that have to do with his sexuality?
Nothing. That's a pedophile.
That's a pedophile.
Yeah. And then in the underground world, they said that he had attraction for his son, which is not really his biological son.
It's about Quincy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's pedophilia too.
It is definitely pedophilia. But with this, again, I just told you about Diddy being gay or possibly bisexual or heteroflexible or fluid. We talked about what a rapist is.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy fits the profile of a rapist,
Rapist.
and a pedophile.
And
Diddy
definitely a pedophile.
fits the profile allegedly, if it's to be believed what we've heard
Right.
socially on the social media
Kids
by
with
his
lipstick
entourage and all of those things,
Yeah.
then Diddy's a pedophile,
Yeah.
which is three different titles that have three different separate meanings.
Meanings. It has nothing to do with being
LGBTQ or
Yes.
part of the rainbow.
right.
So I think we need to be responsible and put things into perspective where they are. Because when you go to have these live streams, you're making it harder for the LGBT
LGBTQ.
person that you possibly know or will meet later. You're
Right.
making it harder for us.
Yeah.
Another thing that I wanted to say in reference to this whole situation. We got the definition of gay. Maybe I should have put up the definition of what it is to be a heterosexual. And we and you know what, that's understood in our
Yeah.
socially, which is the attraction to the opposite sex.
Right.
Now I got a question for you. Smack and everybody listening. Can a heterosexual person be a pedophile?
Yeah.
Could a heterosexual person be a rapist?
Yes.
So why the hell are we running around with this gay thing?
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't get that one. Why they think pedophilia is a gay thing, or why they think rapist is a gay thing? That is not the case.
In fact, if you look up statistics, and again, I have did the Peach Radio show. We've talked about all these things.
Oh yeah.
Do you know that there are higher numbers of heterosexual pedophiles and rapists than there are LGBTQ people?
If I'm not mistaken, that the number is very, very high, almost double, right? Almost double, right?
I don't know what they are currently,
Oh.
the exact number, but I know it's a higher number of heterosexual people committing these acts.
Mm-hmm.
But when we go into discussion socially, we don't say these heterosexual pedophiles
Mm-hmm.
or this heterosexual person rapist. We say, oh, he's a rapist.
Right.
But when the LGBT person, oh, that gay motherfucker is a rapist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that dyke is a rapist.
Yeah, they say it's some crazy stuff, but you got the most common for women is women, teachers sleeping with the students, but they heterosexual.
But that's not.
I'm just saying they heterosexual.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
I'm
the
making a
rape piece,
point.
yeah.
Like they keep saying they don't even say, "Oh, that lesbian teacher raped that boy."
If she was a lesbian, they'll say that lesbian teacher raped that girl, but they will say a heterosexual. They won't mention their
It's
sexuality.
funny how they cherry pick and pick and choose how they label things, and a lot of that has to come from the culture and society
it
because they're
does.
not educated.
It's like that because number one, me personally, I feel like as being a part of the community, and this probably gonna sound crazy, and I don't want to offend nobody, is because we don't police them. So in the situations, we don't police them, but they police us.
Yeah.
So if we started policing, like let's say Harvey Weinstein, oh, that's straight fucking rapist, and then we took to social media airways and got on there, this heterosexual rapist, they need to stop. They need to get out of the culture.
Mhm.
They need to this, that, and the third like they do us. Then they're on trial in public.
Right.
But we don't do that.
Nah,
We
don't.
let them live.
We let them live.
But they don't let us live.
Right. Two wrongs don't make a right, though. They'll eventually get it. They need to just, when I see a person go go hard about our community, you could tell that they're homophobic or something happened to them.
I don't think sometimes
I feel like for you to go hard and make it your point every day to put down the gay community, something's not right. Like I don't make it my business every day to put down heterosexuals or pedophiles or rapists. I don't do that every day. I just never understood it. But like I said, Diddy did it, not us.
yes,
I
Diddy
hope that
did
you
it,
guys
not,
really enjoyed this show tonight. A lot of good information.
I hope that it's good information, and,
Yeah.
and I'm already understanding that we're gonna have to. I've got to come back, and people with voices like mine we have to come back,
Right.
and we need to speak out, because if we don't, it's gonna be repercussions.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be a keyboard keyboard gangster, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the words and the thoughts and the ideas that you're putting out there is actually affecting lives. Just because it's not
Affecting
affecting
lives.
yours,
Mm-hmm.
but it is affecting rainbow people and LGBT people lives. And I know that, and forgive me, in some people's ignorance, they believe that if we put this out there, this is going to foster change.
Right.
And it's not going to foster change in
It's
the
not.
LGBT person.
Mm-mm.
We're not changing. This is just who we are. It's
Accept it.
natural.
Natural.
It's natural in nature. Look up animals and things that are LGBTQ. It's not changing. What you're doing is you're just funding the mental health community. You're making the medical community rich
Mm-hmm.
because you're starting massive amounts of depression.
Right.
Some cases suicide. So you're making the funeral industry, the death industry
Mhm.
rich,
Rich. Yep.
all because you can't accept the fact of, just what it is. In this world, there are straight people or heterosexual people. There are LGBTQ people or rainbow people. Notice that I'm using words that's friendly. Fun boys and stuff like that's not a friendly word.
Yeah.
Now, if I enter into your podcast and that's how you speak, of course I'm going to respect it because it's your house. But don't come into my house with that. And I will hope what I'm saying, if you're watching right now, you have actually learned and you don't want to use that fun boy thing because that could mean the difference of life or death.
Right.
I'm just a strong person, so it don't bother me. But
Yeah.
someone else, it may not bounce off of them.
Right.
And
Facts. Don't come to me like that.
please be responsible with your reporting. If a person is a rapist, call it for what it is.
Yes.
He's a rapist. If a person is a pedophile, call it for what it is. He's a pedophile. But don't define these things, these other traits, to a specific sexuality.
Exactly.
It's not good.
It's not good at all.
So, the topic, Diddy did it, not us, not gay Diddy, not dad Diddy, but the pedophile
And the rapist.
and the rapist in Diddy made
Yeah.
him do this, made him
do
commit
that.
these acts.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to talk about the reasons because I don't know why he's like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is that he need help, and it has nothing to do with me.
He needs major help.
It has shit to do with me
Has nothing to do with Smack being a lesbian
or my friends
or my friends who are part of the Rainbow family. Nothing.
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 at
What he
all.
did, has nothing to do with our community. All right? I need y'all to get that through your head. Nothing to do with our community.
Nothing. So, Fonda, do
Yeah.
you think did we clear it up? Did we?
I think we
up?
cleared up, and if it ain't cleared up, go back and listen to the show again.
Yeah, listen to. The
If
show
you don't
again.
get it this first time, go back and hit play from the beginning.
Oh Lord, oh Lord,
Chill. What?
I'm laughing.
You laughing
because-
at me?
I'm laughing at you, but I'm laughing at the Peach Radio Show, and I can see the journey, and we're back. So the
Yeah.
next topic that
This is our
will-
first show back, so I'm trying to get in my zone.
and I feel like we said so much.
Yeah, we did. So let's recap it for 'em.
All right,
You just
I
recapped
just
it basically.
recapped it. I
Did
recapped
everything
it.
that Diddy did
had nothing
had nothing to
with
do with his sexuality. Had everything to do with his deviancy. Rapist, pedophile. Bang.
Yep.
Look it up if you don't believe us. It's
All
right there.
So our next show is going to be November the 18th. It's
The
going to be
18th.
bi-weekly. The reason why is because I have a heavy load. I'm running two nonprofits, which is IME Inc. You can see it on the side of us, and also House of Peach. House of Peach is a females empowerment nonprofit. You can visit it, the website www.houseofpeach.org. We have a lot of fabulous things happening coming in 2025 to help women become the best you. Also, check out IME, which is at imecorp.org. It is for people. If you enjoyed what you saw here, IME stems and was created because of the Peach Radio Show and me realizing that the general public, well, the general homophobe, doesn't understand our community and just making decisions and spewing out opinions. And with IME, I would hope that you would come on in and let us give you the great information and educate you and actually put you within the vicinity of an LGBT person so that you can see that we aren't these three-headed monsters that are out here trying to convert you, like Lord Jamal said. Ooh.
I'm so sorry.
We're not trying to convert you. We're not trying to hurt you. We're just trying to live in peace and harmony. And also Peach Boutique. You could go, again, scan that QR code. And if you can't scan it, go to peachent.com. There's a clickable link. Download the app, and you'll have access to content. This content, my past content from all the other shows, interviews with moving and shaking LGBTQ plus people, just so you can see gain some type of sense of normalcy. We are normal. We are people. We are not who we sleep with. We have different personalities.
Right.
Yeah, just download the app, and if you like what I have on or anything that I will be wearing during the show is from my own line, the boutique. You'll have access to that. I'll start getting out discounts. I'm trying to get to the next. So the next show topic, we're going to discuss homophobic situations. All right. Have you been in a homophobic situation and not know it, or have you? How did you react towards it, or are you creating homophobic situations and don't realize it? I just expressed to you earlier, in the workplace, you create a hostile environment and turn it to a homophobic situation when you talk about the Diddy situation. And then you add your 2 cents about the community, not realizing you have a community member right in your face. So the next topic, homophobic situations. I'm glad to be back. How did you feel about the show? Are you happy?
I am happy. I'm happy. I'm glad that you are back. I think more education needs to be done. What better platform to do it on than Peach Radio, man?
Oh, yeah. And please listen. Like, share after this is done. Leave a comment.
Yeah,
I like
be
the
a guest. Call us.
Yeah, you could be a guest. I screenshot stuff because I be watching these streets, these social media streets.
And be the what? What is it? What is the term you use on the
Oh, Lord. Oh, the donkey. What was it?
Sort of like Donkey of the Day.
Yeah. It was
a
something
different name.
else.
We gotta look that up.
We
get
gotta
that
look it
back.
up.
Because I be seeing a whole lot of stuff, man. For real. People be saying, I be like, yo. And then I'll start doing my little arguing, my little Twitter fingers. Then I was like, you know what? They not educated.
Well, I did show the, we got to realize what it was, but the donkey at the end of the clip. It was a person that made a comment that stated that LGBTQ people is taking over the entertainment industry. we started in the jail, and we started getting people through the jail, and then we entered the entertainment industry, and
Yeah,
then
that's
start
crazy.
converting people that way.
Those are the people I would like to send an invitation to the show. Come and watch this. This from your comment. It's all about education. You know what I mean?
All right, well, Vonda.
A great show, and I'm glad you're back, baby. Looking nice. I love your new fashion trends you got going on over here. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Looking
you.
debonair.
You crazy.
different. I like that.
Oh
I like
Lord,
that.
oh Lord, oh Lord.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we're gonna go ahead on and go. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Remember, the topic is homophobic situations. And take away this, Diddy did it. Not us, not the LGBT community.
Bang bang, Diddy did it, not us.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Sexuality, sick of homophobes, come quick, a bunch of swag hags, hating on my freedom, pulling up on your TV, socials, big movies, proud to be me, come get this history. I'm pulling up, Peaches pulling up, features, big movies, proud to be me, come get this history. I'm pulling up, Peaches pulling up.